Before we start the program, I'd like to take a minute and thank you to everybody that's followed the program so far this year and has also supported our Twitter page, and the new YouTube page, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But thanks for a great year in 2025, and we'll see you in 2026. Now, the last program of 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, once the visor adjusts the 5-point harness, Grandpa, get your ID! Shortly, because ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime!
You're listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast.
We'll have some news on this show besides catching up with some final results. Take a look at the champions of 2025 as well, and talk about some races that are big on the schedule for 2026. And plus a new YouTube channel where you can view classic races besides this great program, listening to the great program this is. We'll start with the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com at Marshall. It's youtube.com at Marshall Haynes is how you can find it. Or just search in your YouTube for Marshall Haynes. And right now, between the podcast and racing videos, there's 464 videos as we speak. And that page will grow in the new year with more races to come from the Knoxville Raceway. And plus the show. Going back to the Late Model Nationals night number 2 results. Well, this is a catch-up show. Picking up the quick time in Group 1 was the 93 Carson Ferguson at 17,195. Second was Hudson O'Neal at 17,210 and 71. Third was the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton at 17,290. Fourth, 33-2 Bobby Pierce at 17,291. Fifth was the 1 of Brandon Shepard at 17,389. Dalton Wilson in the 18D was 6th at 17,389. 7th was 76 of Blair Nordorf at 17,467. The 19 Joseph Joyner was 8th at 17,631. 9th was the 6 of Clay Harris at 17,639. The 1 XM of Aaron Morant was 10th at 17,664. 11th to 60 of Dan Ebert at 17,680. Tyler Erb in the 1 car was 12th at 17,783. 13th was Clay Stuckey in the 15 at 17,893. 14th was the 19R Ryan Gustin at 17,913. 15th, the 38T Dylan Thornton at 17,933. The 6 of Jake O'Neill was 16th at an 18,040. 17th, 99 Junior Frank Kekanish at 18,070. 18th was the 51 of Matt Furman at 18,244. 19th, the 21B of Rich Bell at 18,591. And 20th and disqualified, not going to scales of 75 of Daniel Adam. Group 2 was led by Garrett Albertson, 58 out of 17 to 36. Second was Jonathan Davenport, 49 at 17, 421. Third, the 99 Devin Miranda, 17, 424. Fourth, the 76 of Brandon Overton at 17, 523. Fifth was the 3S of Ryan Shirley at 17, 751. Sixth, the 32 of Chris Simpson at 17, 751. Seventh was the 99 Donald McIntosh at 17, 866. The 18 of Chase Younghands was 8th at 17, 948. Jesse Salvi, then the 99 was 9th at 17, 965. 10th, the 93 of Corey Waller in 18,086. 11th, 25 of Chad Simpson at 18,114. Brandon Carpenter in the 51B was an 18,211. Daniel Hasselbeck was 13th at an 18,329. 14th was the 04 Tad Potts official at an 18,331. 15th was Dean Carpenter in the 51C at 18,612. 16th to 17th is Tim Simpson at 19,333. 17th to 53 of Andrew Kosiski at 19,391. 18th was the 6th of Al Humphrey at 20,351. Dan Battaglia in the 45 was the 19th out of 20,388. And 20th was the 10 of Junior Coomer at 20,555. So your heat race 1, your winner was Brandon Shepard, second Ricky Thornton, third Clay Harris, fourth Carson Ferguson, fifth and final transfer was Dan Ebert. 6th was Blaine Ordor, 7th Clay Stuckey, 8th Dylan Thornton, 9th Rick Kekanish, and 10th Rich Bell. Heat race 2 went to Tyler Erb, second Aaron Morant, third was Dalton Wilson, fourth was Bobby Pearson, fifth and final transfer Hudson O'Neal. 6th was Ryan Gutson, 7th Justice Joyner, 8th Daniel Adam, 9th Jake O'Neal, and 10th Matt Furman. Heat race 3 went to Devin Moran, 2nd Ryan Shirley, 3rd Jesse Sabine, 4th Garrett Albertson, and 5th final transfer was Donald McIntosh. 6th was Chad Simpson, 7th Daniel Hulseback, 8th Andrew Kosiski, 9th Dean Carpenter, and 10th Dan Battaglia. Your 4th and final heat race went to Corey Lawler, 2nd Jonathan Davenport, 3rd Chase Youngins, 4th Brandon Overton, 5th Chris Simpson was the 5th final transfer, 6th Tad Potts official, 7th Tim Simpson, 8th Brandon Carpenter, and did not start Al Humphrey, 9th and 10th Junior Coomer. B-Main number 1 went to Ryan Gustin, 2nd Joseph Joyner was the transfer. 3rd was Blaine Ordorf, 4th Clay Stuckey, 5th Daniel Adams, 6th Dylan Thornton, 7th Jake Neal, 8th Frank Heckenesh, 9th Rich Bell, and 10th Matt Furman. B2 went to Chad Simpson, and Tad Potts official was the final transfer. 3rd was Andrew Kosiski, 4th Daniel Hasselbeck, 5th Brandon Carpenter, 6th Tim Simpson, 7th Al Humphrey, 8th the Dan Battaglia, 9th Junior Coomer, and 10th and did not start Dean Carpenter. In the main event, your winner was Devin Moran, 2nd Brandon Overton, 3rd Jonathan Davenport, 4th Bobby Pierce, 5th Garrett Albertson, 6th Ricky Thornton, 7th Brandon Shirley, 8th Brandon Shepard, 9th Carson Burgers, and 10th Ryan Gustin, 11th Danny Everett, 12th Tyler Erb, 13th Daniel McIntosh, 14th Chase Younghands, 15th Hudson O'Neal, 16th Chad Simpson, 17th Joseph Joyner, 18th Chris Simpson, 19th Jesse Savi, 20th, Dan Tad Pazofficial. 21st, Corey Lawler. 22nd, Clay Harris. 23rd, Aaron Murray. 24th was Dalton Wilson. Overton led 1 through 16. Ran 17 through 25. Hard charger was Gustin. On the next night was the finale plus the Malvern Bank. We'll talk about the big boys first. We will not do the Malvern Bank qualifying because it does set up for the heat races. Pretty much. So B main number 1 for the Lucas Oil Series. Your winner was the 6 of Jake O'Neill. Second, 99 Junior Trey Kekanish. Third and final transfer, 99X of Dalton Murray. Followed by fourth was the 51 Matt Furman. Fifth, 51B Brandon Carpenter. Sixth, 21B Rich Bell. Seventh, 51C Dean Carpenter. Eighth, Tim Simpson. And credited with ninth, and was not there, was the 16 of Tyler Bruning. B main number 2 went to Chad Simpson, 25. Second, Daniel Adam. Third and final transfer was Clay Stuckey, 15. Fourth was the 38T of Dylan Thornton. Fifth, the 04 Tad Pazofficial. Sixth, the 10 of Junior Coomer. Seventh, the 45 of Dan Battaglia. Eighth, the 53 of Andrew Kasiski. And ninth, the 6 of Al Humphrey. In the big 75 lapper, it was Hudson O'Neill, your winner, from 15th. It'll also be the hard charger. Second was the 20 RT Ricky Thornton. Third, the 99 Devin Moran. Fourth, the 1 Brandon Shepard. Fifth, the 18D Dalton Wilson. Sixth, the 90 there, the 3S Ryan Shirley. Seventh, 58 Garrett Albertson. Eighth, the 60 Dan Eber. Ninth, the 01 Tyler Erb. 1079 Daniel McIntosh. 1125 Chad Simpson. 12th, the 99 Junior Frank Hackenesh. 13th was the 19 of Joseph Joyner. 14th, the 22 Daniel Halselbeck. 15th was the 50, was Clay Stuckey. 16th, the 76 of Blaine North. 17th, the 99 of Jesse Salvine. 18th was the 49 Jonathan Davenport. 19th, 93 Corey Lawler. 20th, 93 Carson Ferguson. 21st, the 1X Aaron Morant. Daniel Adam in 75 was 22nd. 23rd, the 6 of Clay Harris. 19 Ryan Gustin. 24th, 25th, the 32 Bobby Pierce. 26 was Brandon Carpenter. 51B. 26th or 7th was 99X of Dallin Murdy. 32 Chris Simpson was 28th. 29th was the 04 Tad Pazofficial. 30th, the 6 of Jake O'Neill. 31st, 76 Brandon Overton. And 32nd, the 18 of Chase Younghans. Davenport led 1 through 2. Moran 3 through 8. Davenport 9 through 20. Moran 21 through 23. Davenport 24 through 43. Moran 44 through 54. O'Neill 55. Moran 56. And O'Neill 57 through 75. Like I mentioned on the Malvern Bank, guys, it does the time trials to set up their heat races. So, heat race 1, when it was the 38T Dylan Thornton. Second, the 04 Tad Pazofficial. Third was the 4 J.C. Wyman. Fourth, the 99X Dalton Murray. Fifth, the 42 of Fred Ramsey. Sixth, Jacob Hotshot, the 01. Seventh was the 99D Daryl France. And eighth, the 24 Bill Layton. He raced 2 went to 56 Andy Eckridge. Second, the 58 of Dave Eckridge. Third, the 25 Chad Simpson. Rich Schroeder 15C was 4th, 5th, Kyle Burke in the 14. 6th, the 52, Brian Kosiski. The 01 of CJ Horn was 7th, and the 8th was the 22 of Charlie McKenna. Heat Race 3 went to 76 of Jason Haney. Jeff Thorpe in the 10. T was 2nd. 3rd was the 53 of Andrew Kosiski. 4th, 26 junior Corey Zeider. 5th, the 99 Jesse Savine. In 6th, 33 Nick Moroff. And did not start with 7th was the 33 5D of Dylan Strowman. In the feature, your winner was Chad Simpson. 2nd, Dylan Thornton. 3rd, Dalton Murray. 4th, Jacob Highshot. 5th, Jason Haney. 6th, Andrew Kosiski. 7th, Brian Kosiski. 8th, Jesse Sabi. 9th, Tad Potts Official. 10th, Andy Eckridge. 11th, Kyle Burke. 12th, Bill Layton. 13th, J.C. Wyman. 14th, Fred Rumley. 15th was Corey Zeiner. 16th, Kurt Schroeder. 17th, C.J. Horn. 18th, Dave Eckridge. 19th, Mick Moroff. 20th, Jeff Thorpe. 21st, Charlie McKenna. 22nd, Dale France. And 23rd was Dylan Strowman. Did not start. Simpson led 1 through 4. Haney led 5 through 8. Simpson 9 through 22. Hard Charger was Hobshide. The next weekend, we were at the 34 Raceway for your Sprint Invaders with the Fall Hall. We'll do a heat race. Heat race 1, picking up the win, was the 2B of Garrett Benson. 2nd, the 6 of Dustin Salvage. 3rd, the 4 of Cam Martin. 4th, the 44 of Chris Martin. 5th, the 40C of Cody Worley. 6th, the 7 of the 1 Taz of Tasker Fields. 7th, the 15 junior Cole Meitzer. And credited with 8th, the 57 of Cam Swirls. Heat race 2 went to the 50 of Paul Nieheiser. 2nd, the 22 of Riley Goodnow. 3rd, the 49 Josh Niederman. 4th was the 23 Devin Dobie, a dirt racing podcast driver. 5th was the 4X of Chase Richards. 6th, the 88 of Riley Scott. 7th, the 1A of John Anderson. And 8th, the 7B of Nick Guernsey. Heat race number 3 went to T-Mac Terry McCarl in 24. Evan Semerad in 59 was 2nd. 3rd, the 63 J.J. Hinkle. 4th, 99 of Zach Dahm. 5th, the 33 of Alan Zoot. 6th, the 11X of Jaden Alexander. 7th, the 9-0 Lincoln Martin. And 8th was 51J Ryan Jameson. In heat race number 4, your winner was Colton Fisher in the 11th. 2nd, 7W of Alexander. 3rd was 88 C of Brogan Carter. 4th was Tyler Lee in the 7th. 5th was McLean Richards in 31. 6th, 28 Luke Venardi. And 7th, Skylar Daly in 52D. The Dash, Riley Goodnow was your winner. 2nd, Dustin Salvage. 3rd, Alexander. 4th, Paul Nieheiser. 5th, Terry McCarl. 6th, Josh Tyerman. 7th, Colton Fisher. And 8th, the Garrett Benson. In the B main, your winner was Jaden Alexander. 2nd, Tasker Phillips. 3rd, Cam Swirls. 4th, the Vol Transfer, Riley Scott. 5th was Cole Meitzer. 6th, Nick Guernsey. 7th, John Anderson. 8th, Lincoln Martin. 9th, Luke Venardi. And 10th, Skylar Daly. In the A main, your winner was J.J. Hinkle. 2nd, Paul Nieheiser. 3rd, Riley Goodnow. 4th, Terry McCarl. 5th, Dustin Salvage. 6th, Zach Dahm. 7th, Cam Martin. 8th, Cam Swirls. 9th, Chris Martin. Brogan Carter was 10th. 11th, Tasker Phillips. 12th, Tyler Lee. 13th, Evan Semerad. 14th, Cody Worley. 15th, Garrett Benson. 15th, Devin Dobie. or 16th Devin Dovey, 17th McLean Richards, 18th Riley Scott, 19th John Anderson, 20th Cole Meitzer, 21st Alan Duke, 22nd. Second was Alex Vandervoort, 23rd Colton Fisher, 24th Jaden Alexander, 25th Nick Guernsey, 26th Chase Richards, and 27th Josh Schneiderman. The champion was Tasker Phillips. And then the Sprint Invaders had a non-points race on the 3rd of October as they put dirt on the Hawkeye Downs, the little track, and they had some racing for the month. And then it was happening when the sprint cars were on hand. He race 1 went to Brett Moffitt, 2nd Jack Thomas, 3rd Kobe Watt, 4th Eric Wolke, 5th Corey Timmerman, 6th Tyler Graves, 7th Gray Anderson. He race 2 went to Dustin Salvage, 2nd Tyler Lee, 3rd Terry McCall, 4th Riley Goodnow, 5th Cody Worley, 6th Riley Scott. And he race 3 was JJ Hinkle, your winner, 2nd Tasker Phillips, 3rd Colton Fisher, 4th McLean Richards, 5th was Luke Finardi, and 6th Cam Swirls. The dash went to Dustin Salvage, Tasker Phillips 2nd, 3rd JJ Hinkle, 4th Brent Moffitt, 5th Tyler Lee, 6th Jack Thomas. Feature event, we'll tell you, Phillips led all the way. Your winner was the one Tasker Phillips. 2nd, the 63 of JJ Hinkle. 3rd to 6 of Dustin Salvage. 4th was the 40 Cody Worley. 5th was T-Mac Terry McCarl on 24. 6th was Cam Swirls in 57. 7th, 22 Riley Goodnow. 8th, 13 of Brett Moffitt. 9th, 63 T Jack Thomas. 10th, the 99 Kobe Watt. 11th, 88 Riley Scott. 12th, 24 X of Eric Wilkie. 13th was T4 Tyler Graves. 14th, the 7 Tyler Lee. 15th, Luke Minardi. In 28th, 16th, the 31 McLean Richards. 15th, the 1A Gray Anderson. Corey Timmerman in the 50 was 18th. 19th, 11 to Colton Fisher. So that wrapped up the Sprint Invader season. Now, and then we had in October at Southern Iowa Speedway, the annual Fall Challenge. It was a 2-night race. As on Friday night, the sprint cars were on the program. We'll start with your Sport Compacts. Picking up the win was the 41 Nathan Moody. 2nd, 65 Seth Miners. 3rd, the 2K, Caitlin Watts. 4th, 2H of James Herring. 5th was the 48 C of Chuck Folenkamp. 6th, this is Darren Smith in 17. The 14B of Tyler Herring was in 7th. 8th, 22D Dalton Sowers. Jeremy Williams, the 54J was 9th. 10th, 11 to Caleb Hildebrand. 11th to 7 to Brandon Pickney. 12th to 22 AD Joseph Carlos. Michael Gardner was 13th in 46. 14th, 2M Matt Moore. Jake Minders in the 83 was 15th. 16th was the 155 Dennis Allen. Austin Corneen in the 93 was 17th. 18th in the F12 was Blake Ferrin. 19th to 69er of Brandon and Allison. 20th, the 22C of Ryan Cheney, and 21st, the 3S of Paige Sanders. In the stock cars, your winner was Dustin Griffiths. In the 10G, second, the 30Z of Chip Gaylord. Third, the 14 of Derek Gagey. Fourth, the 1X, Caden Carter. Fifth was 85 Mike Hughes. Sixth, the 33 of Logan Hervey Anderson. Seventh, Ron Verbeek in the 30R. 34R, Pat Rachels was eighth. Ninth, the 05 Junior, John Oliver. Kason Keller was 10th in the 71X. Donnie Pearson in the 19 was 11th. 12th to 96, Clinton Goff. Mark Karg in the 97 was 13th. 14th to 34X, Braden Brenner in the 34. Brodner in the 34. 15th to 7V, and Brandon Pinkerton. Brian Sterling in the 55X was 16th. 17th, the 19A of Alan Van Gorp. 18th to 14X, Austin Shoggy. The 73 of Aaron Martin was 19th. 20th, 22R, Todd Reisler. Thor Anderson in 41 was 21st. 22nd was Nate Wonders in the 34. 23rd, the 2J is Steve Jackson. 24th, 74 Brock Haynes. And then there was cars also there that in the stock cars that did not make the show. Was the LB17 of Luke Myers, Everett Davis in the 19D, Chad Keller in the 71K, 96F, Brady Fenton, Lermy Jackson in the 1C, 62 John Hummel, 29 Nathan Ballard, and 73C Carl Yaw. Sport mods. Your winner was the 30M Trip Gaylord. Second, the 01 Braden Carter. Third, Kyle Hartwood in the 15K. Fourth, the 85 Austin Paul. Fifth, the 29 Colton Lizzie. Sixth, the 1V Curtis Vanderwall. Seventh, the 18th of Tony Johnson. Eighth, the 22 Dustin Griffiths. Ninth, the 3Z Jason Van Zomeren. 10th, the 55B of Stephen Barry. Ty Griffiths in the 56 was 11th. 12th was the 84B of Trent Brink. Travis Skolbrock in the 72 was in 13th. 14th, the 224 Brian Hall. And 15th, it did not start the 13B of Preston Bright. In the Hobby Stalkers, your winner was the 10G Justin Griffiths. From second, finished second from 21st to the 52B Brandon Wood. Third was the 2G Bradley Graham. Fourth, the 1K Tom Killen. Fifth, the 55X of Brad Stevens. Sixth, the 47 of Darren Zwarte. Craig Brown in 69 was 7th. Jamie Kent in 24K was 8th. 9th, 56J and Jamie Cody. Kurt Reed in the 4C was 10th. Garrett Coy in the 70X was 11th. The 91D of Jeremy Dooley was 12th. Carl Ellis in the 50 was 13th. 14th, the 4W Garrett Porter. 15th, the Cale Hemsley, 88H. 16th, the 14X of Rob Henrik. Cody Saban in the 9 was 17th. 18th, the 18 Chris Walker. 19th, the 55 of Brent Mosdom. 20th, the 17K Rick Kriegel. Eric Glass was 21st in the 35, and 22nd the one Harvick Van Dusseldorp. And then finally, the non-wing sprint cars. Your winner was 93 A.J. Johnson, second the 11B Ben Woods, third the 7J of Nathan James, fourth the T4 Tyler Graves, fifth the 2 of Terry Dodd, and sixth the 1W of Frank Tharp. That was night number 1. Then night 2, we'll start with the compacts. Picking up the win was the 46 of Michael Gardner. Second, the 2K of Kalen Watts. Third, the 11 of Caleb Hildebrand. Fourth, the 7 of Brandon Pickney. Austin Kodentz in the 93 was 5th. 6th, Jeremy Williams in the 54J. Cole Hughes in the 3 was 7th. 3S, Paige Sanders 8th. Louis Lincolnman in the 22D was 9th. 10th, 27K, Caden Pollock. Joseph Carlos in the 22AD was 11th. 12th, the 69er, Brandon Allison. Nathan Moody was 13th in the 41. Disqualified in 14th, the 14B of Bob Hayes. And disqualified in 15th, the 2H of James Herring. Then we added the vintage. 11 of them signed in of old muscle cars and stuff. Picking up the win was Burt McDaniel in the 9. Dino Rodish in the 20 was 2nd. The B-17 Steve Byers was 3rd. 4th, 77 of Bill Van Heusen was 4th. 5th, the 73C of Collier. 6th, the 3 of Mark Chance. Dennis Allen in the 55 was 7th. 8th, the 62 of Philip Aberson. John Gall in the 33G was 9th. 10th to 99 of Paul Duffy. And John Hummel in the 62 XL was 11th. In the stock cars, your winner was Caden Carter in the 1X. Second, the 30Z of Trip Gaylord. Fourth, the 14 of Derek Agee. Fourth, the 52 Nathan Woods. Sixth, or fifth, 10G Justin Griffiths. Sixth, the 74 Brock Haynes. Seventh, 85 of Mike Hughes. Eighth, the 24 or the 22R Todd Reisler. Ninth, the 71X of Kason Keller. 10th to 34, Pat Rachels. 19 of Donnie Pearson was 11th. 12th to 34, Jay of Braden Brodner. 13th, Mark Card in 97. 14th, the 73 of Aaron Martin. 15th, Ron Verbeek in the 30R. 16th was Brad Pigerton in 62. 17th, 55X, Brandon Sterling. 18th, 2J, Steve Jackson. 19th, 19A of Alan Van Gorp. Austin Shoggy in the 14X was 20th. 21st was Nate Wonders in the 34X. Mike Van Yildzak was in the 7V was 22nd. 23rd, Cole Vanderwall in the 71K. Everett Davis in the 19D was 24th. 25th, Brady Fenton in the 96F. And then Luke Byers was 26th in the LB 17. Sport module winner was the 01 Brady Carter. Second, 30M Trip Gaylord. Third was the 15K Kyle Harwood. Fourth, and 29 Colton Lizzie. Fifth, the A5 of Austin Paul. Sixth was the 22B or the 84B at Trent Brink. Tony Johnson at 18 was 7th. 8th, 55B Stephen Barry. Justin Schroeder, it's the 42 was 9th. 10th to 22 of James Pokington was 10th. 11th was the 15 Terry Dodd. 12th to 3Z of Jason Van Zelmern. 13th to 13B of Preston Bright. 14th to 1V of Curtis Vanderwall. And 15th to 56 Ty Griffiths. And in your hobby stocks, your winner was 10G Dustin Griffith. Second to 52 Brandon Wood. Third was the 1K Tom Killen. Fourth to 55 Brad Stevens. Adam Hensel in the 7H was fifth. 618 of Chris Walker. 722 of Jim Trull. 869 Craig Brown. 9th to 70 or the 47 of Darren DeZorte. Garrett Porter in the 4W was 10th. 11th the 99 or the 91D of Jeremy Dooley. Jamie Cody was 12th in 56J. 13th to 70X of Garrett Coy. 1421K of Jamie Kent. 15th to 50 of Carl Ellis. And 16th to 14X of Rob Helmick. And then the next weekend, Marshalltown had a 2-day show. And we're not going through all the results of the Helmick on the hustle because there was over 200 cars. So we're going to make it quick. In modifieds, Jake McBurney won. Stock cars was Dalton Murdy won. Sword mods was Braden Carter. Or no, Matt Avila. excuse me. The hobby stockers was Carson Butt. Mod Lights was Randy Bryan. Sport Compacts was Michael Gardner. And the Pro Late Models was Dalton Murdy. So that would wrap up your racing results for the end of the year. Some news and notes before we step out of here. At Southern Iowa Speedway, they have announced their classes for next year. They have dropped the non-wing sprint cars for the Crown Vics. You can read more information of that on our Facebook page. We'll talk about the schedule more when it gets closer later on. Hancock County Speedway is racing, but it's like 6 dates on the calendar, and mostly it's going to be specials. No weekly racing there. We will still cover them. We will still cover the 34 Raceway, as we don't know their schedule at the time of yet. We'll still have CJ Speedway, their normal Wednesday night, no changes at that track. Marshalltown will be ready to go racing again, and some big announcements. First time since 1989, the week of the Knoxville Nationals, on that Tuesday, the 11th, 360 Sprint Cars and Race Savers will be running on the America's Bucket List track, the High Banks of Marshalltown Speedway. And also tickets for that and the 18th with Flow Night in America coming back to Marshalltown will go on sale July 1st. Southern Iowa Speedway picked up a big race in August, as it's going to be the World of Outlaw Late Models will be in action there on the Wednesday, the 26th, as a part of Iowa's Late Model Speed Week for the Outlaws. More information will be coming out later with the undercards. And then some breaking news that came out at PRI. We won't get into drivers going to what series yet because we want to confirm that at our next show. But the Lucas Oil Late Models have been bought by Flow Racing. And they're going back to the normal points. They got rid of their chase format and going back to full-time points for all year. In the sprint cars, the council is going to be in effect to make rules and stuff and talk safety all the time. And the other big news was nothing major, but Spire Racing then in NASCAR is going to have a dirt team with Gio Scelzi at the helm of it. And there was not major any driver announcements. We'll talk more about the driver announcements later on. The other thing that USAC announced for their 3 divisions, 96 race schedule. We'll talk more about the schedules in January, probably after the week after the Chili Bowl, as we'll recap Wild West Shootout for late models and the Chili Bowl. And we want to mention the Dome real quick, that Bobby Pierce won the late model portion and Ricky Thornton won the modified portion. As always, we're on our Twitter page, can get you the latest news. And be sure to check out the YouTube channel for classic races and classic episodes. Until then, we'll see you in 2026. Have a good rest of the holidays. And we'll see you in 2026.
Thank you for listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast with Marshall Hain. Follow us on Twitter at Dirt_Podcast or on Facebook at the Dirt Racing Podcast.